Hello, PAFW family and friends from Cambridge, Massachusetts. That's what my background is. That's where I am today for our Behind the Scenes Friday. You may ask, Diana, why are you in Cambridge, Massachusetts? It's because I'm showing an interview that features two best friends who grew up in Cambridge, became their two best friends, they became movie stars, and we're gonna see an interview between the two of them today. But before we do that, let's get to a little bit of moving and grooving from a song from the soundtrack from the movie that put these two best friends on the Hollywood map. Moving a little bit slower this morning. This is the Great Major Book for Rebels. However you want to move. Living here. Sitting or standing, guys. You always have to do your movement standing. You can sit. Just play with levels. Alright guys, let's bring this to a stop. Alright guys, that song, this Misery, was from the film Good Will Hunting, which won Oscars in 1998 for two up-and-coming artists, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. The best friends as kids when they grew up in Cambridge, Massachusetts. They are still best friends today. They have long careers. Like I said, they won Academy Awards for Best Screenplay for their film Good Will Hunting in 1998. They continue have had careers both working together and separately. Matt Damon has been in over 92 films. He has also produced and written films. Ben Affleck has been in over 82 films. He has also produced, written, and directed films. They've had long careers together and separately. And the interview we're gonna see is about the two friends coming together to star in a new film called Air, which is about how the swimsuit Air Jordan was made, and it also stars EGOT winner. That means they have an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony by Viola Davis. So let's look at this interview, then I'll see you on the other side.
Stop rushing me back. Stop crowding the plane.
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon made movie history with Good Will Hunting some 25 years ago. Now they're together again in a new film that has them walking on air. They're in conversation with our Tracy Smith.
So is it a bonus making this film, being able to spend more time with each other?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's
for sure.
Was one of the things that we kind of
wanted to do, is the idea of like, why aren't we hanging out and spending more time together since we managed to stay friends this whole time?
Plus, we hit our 50s, so, I mean...
We have not much time left.
I mean, you can see the end of the tunnel.
From the sound of it, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are in a good place these days. They're working together again, and to hear them describe it, they've never had a better time.
Do you guys have an unspoken language?
Yeah, 40-something years of hanging out together.
It's like a common frame of reference, right? I find the most wonderful thing about it was I loved coming to work every day. I loved seeing Matt. I loved, first of all, he's a genius. And having him in your is the anchor of your movie just
40-something years
makes
it
it.
took you to...
No, I didn't used to think this, but it just makes it so easy. And it was just so much fun. I don't know. It's kind of felt like just us and getting to do the thing that we wanted to do. I did. I loved it. I loved it. I miss it every day since. It was the best work experience of my life, without question.
And that experience is Air. The movie, in theaters only on April 5th, is about Nike and how, back in 1984, they built an entire shoe brand around one NBA rookie player they thought would become a household name.
I need the greatest basketball shoe that's ever been made.
Who's the player?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
I'm willing to bet my career on Michael Jordan.
Come on, man.
Affleck, who's also the film's director, plays Nike founder Phil Knight. And Damon is Sonny Vaccaro, the Nike exec who tries to sell him on the idea.
I mean, if you look at him, if you really look at Jordan, like I did, you're gonna see exactly what I see.
Which is what?
The most competitive guy I have ever seen. He is a f***ing killer.
Is it the shoes?
We now know it turned out to be a killer deal for everyone involved.
You sure it's not the shoes?
The Jordan brand is still flying off the shelves, with sales of more than $5 billion last year alone. The movie is not a biopic, but Affleck made sure everyone looked as close to real as possible, especially Damon.
Did you notice that he lost the weight?
Yeah, so let's talk about that.
My
Physical
favorite thing about Ben
transformation.
is that he put me in a fat suit when I finally get to work with him. And my wife saw the movie, and I said, "What did you think?" And she goes, "The movie is great. You look like..."
And according to Affleck, Michael Jordan himself had a few suggestions.
What did he tell you was important to him?
A number of things, and I'm not sure that I'm at liberty to share every single one. But what I will tell you is he said, Viola Davis is going to be my mother.
Which is kind of like choosing Michael Jordan for your basketball team.
My name's Sonny Vaccaro. I'm with Nike.
Do you typically make it a habit of showing up at people's front doors unannounced?
I don't like to take no for an answer.
Oh, man. Here we go.
Viola Davis was in fact cast as Michael's mom, Dolores Jordan.
Best day of my life.
And Chris Tucker plays and helped write the part of someone he knows personally, Nike VP Howard White.
All that matters is how much do you believe? I believe in you.
I called Chris Tucker, and he was like, who I've always thought was a genius and wanted to work with. And he was like, I know Howard White. I was like, you know Howard White? Turns out later, Chris Tucker knows everybody. Literally everybody.
One person we see very little of is an actor who plays Jordan.
Why do we not see Michael Jordan in this movie?
We don't see Michael Jordan for the very, what was obvious reason to me, which is that this is a movie about an icon, about somebody who's so meaningful that the minute, I show you somebody and tell you like, hey, that's Michael Jordan, you just go, no, it isn't. I know what Michael Jordan is. I know what he is. And not only that, the only actor who could play Michael Jordan was a little old to play this part, and we probably couldn't afford him. But the idea was like, if I show you something, that's not Michael Jordan, and now everything else is fake.
So the final result feels real. And as always, it was a team effort. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon met as kids in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and clicked from the start, chasing the same Hollywood dream. You might not have caught them in 1989's Field of Dreams as extras somewhere in the crowd in Boston's Fenway Park.
How you like me now?
But you might have seen them in this.
My boy's wicked smart. You don't owe it to yourself. You owe it to me. Because tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'll be 50. And I'll still be doing it.
For Good Will Hunting, both won the Oscar for Original Screenplay, and it launched them, ready or not, into the Hollywood stratosphere.
What did it do to you guys to win it that young?
I remember it didn't settle in it was like a couple years, I think. It was just completely surreal.
March of '98, I was 25 years old.
Yeah.
I look at myself now and think, I still have quite a bit to learn. You know, that's the curse of being 25, is you think you have it all figured out.
Put your hands up!
Of course, they have figured it out. Individually, they've earned everything from box office respect.
Here's your director.
You teach somebody to be a director in a day?
You teach a rhesus monkey to be a director in a day.
To more Oscar gold.
I stood out here in front of you all, really just a kid, and I went out, you know, and I never thought that I would be back here.
Frankly, one of the lessons of growing older is it's not all about money. It's not the most important thing. You spend your life chasing money, you might end up with a lot of money, but you probably miss out on a lot of things. I haven't found that money changed any happiness that I had. In fact, that's the beautiful thing about this, is the happiness was being able to be here every day in Los Angeles where my children are and see them every day, have them come visit the set, work with my best friend my whole life. There's nothing more that I want in my life. I thought, well, this is it. This is what I've always wanted, you know. And then I thought, that might mean I'm about to die.
I literally had the same thought. I was like, we've actually reached the mountaintop.
And now, together, they've formed a new production company called Artists Equity that'll give people on the film crew a bigger slice of the financial pie.
That's why it's called Artists Equity, and the idea is that we're pulling a bunch of people above the line who traditionally aren't, and they stand to do a lot better financially than they've ever done on movies before.
I believe in your son. I believe he's the future. And his story is gonna make us want to fly. But a shoe is just a shoe.
Until my son steps into it.
You got a name for it?
Air Jordan.
Air is their company's first offering, with more to come soon.
Seriously?
Maybe it'll grow on me. We're just getting rolling, working again with Amazon to do the story of a wrestler named Anthony Robles, who was born with one leg and won a national championship for Arizona State.
And who's starring in that movie?
I know where you're going with this, but I'm going to tell you who the lead actor is. And,
Is there another actor in that movie?
We always hire the very best performers, and in this case, I can say every single person that's been cast so far, I think, is the very absolute best choice.
You're dancing around that Jennifer Lopez is also in this movie.
Yes, I believe Jennifer Lopez may be doing that movie, yes. You're going to make it look like she's just doing it as a favor to me, but actually, she is. Awkward moment, I spot here.
Chris comes in.
It seems fitting that Affleck and Damon's new movie is a story about collaboration. That's what got them here, and what keeps them going.
What fun and what a joy to do something with her, see her be great, go to work with your wife, go to work with your best friend, because ultimately, like, your work becomes the lion's share of what defines your life in terms of the time you spend. That's who it is. And if you don't like who you're working with, and if you have difficulty or trouble at work, I think it's one of the things that can really cause depression, anxiety, and pain for people. And conversely, if you love the people at work, you probably have a pretty good life, you know?
All right, guys, I really love that. And I think, like Ben said, you're really lucky when you get to go to work every day and see your best friend. So I wanted to share that story with you. Again, this movie is coming out. It's about the making of the Air Jordan, the gym shoe with a iconic basketball player, legend Michael Jordan, who I am not related to. All right, guys. Remember, your character, the next acting showcase is going to be April 28th. You can create a scene whatever you want. You can create a commercial, a little scene with yourself, a monologue. You can record yourself or have someone record you on their cell phone or iPhone. You can send me that scene at my email at dejclass@gmail.com or text it to me at 323-364-2478. I'll be sending reminders throughout the month of April, and everything is due to me Monday, April 24th. I can have a few days to put it together to showcase it on YouTube on April 28th. So let's go do a little bit more moving and grooving. This is another song from the soundtrack of Good Will Hunting. Sunday afternoon. Love you guys.